Good morning, Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma. Welcome to the special report. Beautiful day outside today, and it looks like it's going to keep getting better.
Thank goodness.
Yes. Maybe this weekend will be better than last weekend.
I better.
When I woke up Sunday morning, it was -1.
Well, we've got more weather coming up. Come on.
So hopefully it's higher than that. I'd like to thank KC Securities for sponsoring the morning edition of Special Report and the afternoon edition as
Thanks,
well.
KC
Good morning,
Security.
Colette.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm great. I got up this morning and it was 8 instead of -1.
Oh, I was going to say you got up at 8.
No. Yeah, I actually just sleep
You
under
in
the desk here. I just roll out and I'm
That's worse
ready
than
to
me.
go.
That's
This
worse
is the
than
haircut you don't even need to do anything with, right?
Yeah. So
No
is
prep
so
time
is
at all.
this. This is what happens when you don't have time to do it either.
You can just roll out of bed and do the show.
How crazy, hectic, frantic was the 5 minutes ago?
Very.
Yeah, we look very cool as cucumbers right now. We're not.
We seem very,
Not.
Yeah.
Anyway, TikTok.
As everything around me died simultaneously. It's like 30 seconds.
I had no script. He had no batteries.
Definitely need a couple batteries out here.
Yeah, that was fun. Just to make sure that
and then you just drop your thing.
So anyway, TikTok is the new rage, right? Or yesterday you had the gram.
And that was your mic.
Yes, I know. Thanks.
Alrighty, I'm gonna fill in some time here.
No,
well, we. Alrighty, good. She's plugging back in.
God, he's so bossy for a man.
Hey,
Just don't worry
it's Mike in my
about
ear
it.
telling me I need to talk.
I can do two things at once. I can drop a mic pack and talk. Okay, the gram guy yesterday. So, what are we again, Danny?
Oh, your Zenennials. There's different kinds
Zenennials?
of things. There's a bunch of different terminology now. So you guys are actually kind of between two different things. I'm not going to call you baby boomers for sure because that's definitely not YouTube.
Damn straight you're not going to call us baby boomers.
My parents are baby boomers. Wow.
Okay. You are going to get...
Millennial in the corner.
Yeah. Danny is getting ignored. Yeah. So anyways, we think we're cool. Yo, you thought you were cool.
We're going to figure out what you guys are by the end of the show today.
Right. Okay, let's get to
Not
this.
baby boomers.
Okay, not baby boomers, whatever we are. So we got the gram yesterday. We had TikTok. I heard on the radio this morning there's a TikTok challenge that mothers are getting their kids to fart and do the best farting sounds on
TikTok?
Yes, like the cutest little baby farts. Anyways,
how do you get a baby to fart?
Well, baby fart. I mean, sometimes you get it. Or little kids running around and you know.
Let her rip, son.
Apparently, the views on this TikTok is like through the roof. And we'll check the number on the commercial. But I don't want you to do it. That's not why I'm bringing it up. But the announcer on the radio says, well, I have a mom and maybe I can do it. And his co-host says, no, you can't do it. And I felt like, oh my God, it's not just me that has a co-host. Love you too, Chris. Love you too. Anyways, Danny in the corner. We'll talk to you right now, but later on you're going to get it. What's going on with the weather?
Well, right now it's actually pretty gorgeous outside if you've had the chance to look outside. There was a foggy overcast throughout the night and that's going to kind of trickle away into the later today. So currently we are sitting at about 14 degrees. That's going to be going up to a high of 24 or 27 today, but it is going to feel like 24. I will say that. So as well as there's going to be 90% humidity this evening. It is going to be mainly sunny for the evening, but it is going to feel like 21 and it's going to go down to about 14. Heading into Friday, there's more chance of showers in the morning. It's going to be 14, but heading into the afternoon, it's going to go to a high of 25. In the night, you're still looking at those cloudy periods with the low of 11. Heading into Saturday, and I hope it doesn't rain because it's my birthday, it's going to be a high of 20 with the low of 7. So it is going to be a fairly nice day and hopefully we can all have some bonfires because remember that fire ban has been lifted. Back to the desk.
Oh, she's having a birthday, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wonder if she's going to be a baby boomer too.
Yeah, she's probably the age. Yeah.
Danny, come on.
Baby boomer? Wow. How about we just say we're not baby boomers and that's our age?
That's going to be Chris's rant on a show tonight at 7 o'clock.
7 p.m. My first segment will be on millennials calling us baby boomers when it's actually our parents.
Let's rant about something else a little bit. Over to the regions and how we were talking about this before, how to open by region because of the way we are practicing very well here. We don't have high numbers. Thoughts now. I know what your thoughts were a couple days ago. I want them now.
I don't think at this point it is a wise idea.
No? Okay.
Part of that goes to the story that the city put out, inviting people to come here from all over Canada. we sort of open regionally, people would be like, oh, I'll go to the Soo, it's open because Toronto's closed, and then we could have people coming from elsewhere who have COVID-19, and then they come here.
Okay, so they were talking
let's
yesterday.
Keep it universal across the province.
Right. So yesterday, Ford is talking about relaxing some more measures. We do have some clips of all of that we want to get to, but we're going to actually throw to a quick commercial break first, and then when we come back, we're going to have some local news, some provincial news, and all your wonderful updates as well. We'll be right back after this message.
See you in a moment.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Welcome back. It's Baby Friday, which means it's Thursday. We are sponsored by Casey's Security, and you have Chris, Danny, and Colette, and Chris and Colette are Zennials.
Yes, not millennials. Our baby boomers were Zennials.
Danny felt a little off. Look at her over there, laughing up a storm in the
Somebody's
corner.
not getting a coffee and coffee run this morning.
No, and we're gonna be like,
we
so
down
good.
one coffee today.
If you were a Zennial, you could have had this coffee. Anyways, what's going on in the world of Facebook?
Yes. Well, first off, 2 shout-outs for this morning. Some people watched my show at 7 a.m. live with me, and I'd like to say hi to both Courtney and Sherry, who said hi this morning, and then also on our show today, hi to Ineki for watching as well. And also, I would like to say hi to, and my internet just crashed.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, anyways, moving along.
Good Baby Friday.
I did an interview yesterday with Lisa Vezeau-Allen, and she's the Ward 2 counselor. Part 2 of that interview will be tonight. Part 1 was last night. You can also watch it on Facebook video as of this morning. It'll also be up on YouTube as well. But here's part of my interview with her. But what about attracting back the kids that leave? You know, they go off to college and university and then they don't come back to the Soo. What can we do to bring them back? Because obviously that would be an integral part of getting to 100,000 here if we could keep more of our young people here locally.
Most definitely. And in the past, I was executive director of Soo Youth Association back in 2009, 2010, and we did a large funded by the Ontario Trillium Foundation on youth out-migration and the reasons why. And this has been part of the discussion for many years from an economic development perspective and also just from a community perspective. There's been a lot of people doing this work. And it really is, it's not one simple, easy answer. I mean, myself, I've boomeranged back and forth 4 times. This is my 4th time moving back to the Soo since I graduated from university in 1992. So a lot of the same, reasons as to why youth leave, why they don't come back. It hasn't changed from the early 90s when I left. Jobs, it's huge because you have to be able to afford to live. So that's really some of the basics. Now our work environment is changing, especially in terms of not even pre-COVID. If you're a graphic designer, if you're a writer, if you're working in software, if you're doing even journalism, you can be situated in Sault Ste. Marie and write for, a publication that's, worldwide.
And that was a bit of my interview with Lisa Vezeau-Allen. She's the Ward 2 councillor. You can see the rest of that part of the interview tonight at 7 p.m. and also at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning as well. It'll also be up on Facebook Live and YouTube tomorrow. You can watch part 1 of that interview on Facebook video now, and it'll also be up on YouTube later today.
I'm going to interrupt you. Just want to tell you that was a great interview. There was a lot of information. I know you're doing it in segments because there's so much information, but what a great interview for people of the community to go and watch. So, congrats.
Yeah, we actually went for 3 6-minute segments. Originally it was scheduled for 2, but we just kept going.
Yeah,
and
a lot of information, useful information, which is great.
Very, very knowledgeable. She was able to answer the questions I asked. She was even connecting them to documents that I was actually referencing without actually referencing them. So she's very on top of her game.
Awesome, good to hear.
Excellent interview.
Good to hear.
All right, on a lighter note, working out. Now we can go outside and we can walk and we can run and, Danny does half marathons. We do full marathons because we don't do anything halfway.
Well, that's millennials for you.
Yeah, that's a millennial thing. They only do half of something. They don't do the whole thing, Anyways.
Chris, you're in for a beating later. Oh goodness, no.
It's a spicy baby Friday.
Let's go to yoga and chill out. Okay, so a lot of people now are working out online. They're doing yoga online.
Yes, they are.
They're doing, there's that Peloton bike, which is like a spin class that is live on your actual bike. So people have been switching the way they're working out.
Okay.
But a lot are thinking about, well, do I really want to go back to a gym where people are touching everything?
Yeah.
Do I really want to go back to that yoga class? And so, for example, there was an article the other day about a lady who's been doing these $9 a month yoga classes at home. She can do them whenever she wants. And she was spending $100 a month at her yoga studio, and she's kind of like,
wow,
do I want to go back and spend $100 a month?
That's a huge savings, yeah.
Yeah, plus the yoga at home, she can do it whenever she wants because it's on demand. She doesn't have to show up at 7 a.m. on Wednesday morning to do the class. So she can work around her schedule better.
Sounds good to me.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens to the entire fitness industry as we come out of COVID-19.
I know some people who are actually missing their weights, and to have a home gym, it's quite expensive, but for something like yoga or whatever, running.
Yeah, it's just a massive
so long
TV
as weather's permitting. So we've got a lot of news, so let's bust into some news. Doug Ford yesterday says he remains hopeful that over the next week, the government's health table will make a decision about to reopen some more stuff, and we've got a clip from that yesterday.
Well, that's one of the areas that we're looking at with a regional opening, and we had a real good conversation with caucus and cabinet. I know a lot of people in the rural areas want that. That's not the health table right now, and they'll make those decisions within the week, and we'll be able to come out to the public and discuss that.
So Ford also said that some outbreaks on the Ontario farms will not affect the second stage because they can't be tracked and addressed. So there is a lot that Ford spoke about yesterday. So that was a good announcement yesterday, as well as having the Minister of Education with him and everything. Who was the other minister that was with him yesterday?
Lori Scott,
Infrastructure.
Minister of Infrastructure.
So then she was going on about
which is
all the dig. Yeah, so that's great.
The big grant that will actually help our region a lot.
Yeah, 100%. If we go across the bridge, although they say cross the river, so I know, going to camp, crossing the river, I have to get used to these terms. Cross the river in Michigan, Whitmer he's lifted Michigan's nearly 10-week coronavirus. She has lifted Michigan's 10-week coronavirus stay-at-home order, letting restaurants reopen. I know what you feel about that, but we also have a clip for you.
Already made. We can't let our guard down, but now we are in a position to move forward. And today I signed an executive order moving the entire state of Michigan to phase 4 of the My Safe Start plan. I've also rescinded the Safer at Home order, provided that Michiganders can continue to do their part, wearing masks, social distancing, washing our hands, and keeping COVID-19 from spreading again. Later this week.
So this is important because we are a bordering community. There are a lot of people that are trying to gain access to go across to see their loved ones. I just want you to know, though, the camps have been opened as of June 8th, and groups can now be together of up to 100 people.
In Michigan?
In Michigan.
100 people.
100 people. In-home services such as house cleaning can resume as well. And we got some house cleaning to do right here, deal with Danny in the corner during the commercial, which we'll be right back.
What's life without making a few mistakes down the road, a few sharp turns, and doing things for what we adore but might regret later? A trip to Chuck's Roadhouse isn't one of them. With melt-in-your-mouth AAA steaks, buttery lobster tail, half-priced apps after 9 p.m., an ice-cold draft with all your Roadhouse favorites. Chuck's Roadhouse, food the way it ought to be, priced the way it used to.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room, create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
At Maitland Ford Lincoln, we see our trucks everywhere. We see them on Queen Street, Lake Street, North Street, Bay Street, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th line, Pine Street, Great Northern Peoples Road, Wellington, Cora Road, Bruce Street, Carmen's Way, Northern Ave, Trunk Road. Folks come from all over Algoma District and beyond to buy their truck at Maitland Ford Lincoln. Amazing prices, outstanding service. King Street, Shannon Road, Goodley Bay, Black Road, Government Road, and even on Pine Shores. Yep, our trucks are everywhere. Get yours at Maitland Ford Lincoln, built for Northern life, on Great Northern Road, just north of the hospital.
Good morning. We have some Trump stuff to do.
Yes,
Thanks,
we do.
Casey Security, for your sponsorship. I didn't forget. I almost forgot, Dan. Okay, I have a Trump. You have a Trump. We all have a Trump. Well, let's start with the clip. Let's see what you think. He needs some law and order.
It should never have happened. Something snapped, I think, with the policeman, and the other three were watching it were, I guess you can't put it in the same category, but it was certainly in a very bad category. And nothing good comes out of that. No, that was a very bad thing. Right now, I think the nation needs law and order because you have a bad group of people out there, and they're using George Floyd, and they're using a lot of other people to try and do some bad things. And what we do, and we have it totally under control, but you have Democrat, in many cases, in all cases, Democrat, super liberal mayors. I mean, the mayor of Minneapolis was disgraceful when I watched that. When I saw cops fleeing a precinct, there's no reason in a million years that should have been done. And we took that mess, that was a total mess. We brought in the National Guard, we took care of it. Now it's very good. If you look at that area, it's very good. So, yeah.
So as you know, the Honorable Trump, because he had his Bible in his hand, that was about his walk out of Washington when all the protesters were there, and he headed on to the church with the Bible upside down. we didn't get a chance to talk. We wanted to get more into what's going on in the world with the racism. Maybe we would dive into that this afternoon because we have had a heavy morning already, and all the racism that's going on in Canada as well, and that's something need to be addressed. But I do see you've got a little Trump story on your desk. Why don't you share?
Yeah, I just want to comment on that video.
Yeah, sure.
That was on Sean Spicer, his former press secretary's show on Newsmax. Now, for those of you that don't know what Newsmax is, it's not available in Canada, but it makes Fox News look like they're liberal. Like Newsmax makes Fox News look socialist. Like it is the so far off the right that you're almost falling off the right in terms of the shows on that network. And it's not viewed positively by most Americans. Okay. It is known for conspiracy theories and other things.
And that's what he chose.
And that's where he chose to do his interview. Yes,
okay,
with
well,
his former press secretary. Surprise, surprise. Okay, let's talk Trump again.
Let's do it.
His former defense secretary, General Mattis, has spoken out against Trump's use of the military, particularly moving the protesters out of the way so he could go stand in front of a church and do that entire basically publicity stunt. Now, Mattis has come out and said that Trump is creating a false conflict between the military and civilians. He's also said that he's angry and appalled by the unfolding events this week. And here's the thing. Trump tweeted back on Wednesday night. He called Mattis the world's most overrated general. He also tweeted and said, "I didn't like his leadership style or much else about him, and many others agree. Glad he's gone." Okay. There seems to be a common pattern of former people who used to work for Trump, his former employees, and somehow they're all incompetent and horrible at their jobs. So I'm just wondering, could it be that they're so bad at their jobs because he's just horrible at hiring people? Because the common denominator here is Trump.
Well,
so maybe it's just he's horrible at actually hiring the right people.
You're fired.
Exactly. I mean, he's good at firing people. That's all he's really done in the last 30 years. Okay, and then,
He's getting excited,
Yeah,
kids.
I'm sorry, I'm getting all pumped up here. Okay.
Things are flying like crazy.
Mattis said he had never, ever thought that troops would be used in this manner. He's completely disgusted by it. It's not the purpose of the military to provide photo ops for the president. And he's saying, we are witnessing the consequences of 3 years of this deliberate effort. We are witnessing the consequences of 3 years without mature leadership. Now, you're going to see on your screen a photo, and that is another quote from General Mattis. It's Donald Trump. It's the first president in my lifetime who does not try to unite the American people, does not even pretend to try. Instead, he tries to divide us. I think anyone that has followed Trump, as long as myself and Colette, knows that he is not a uniter, he is a divider. He's been that from the very beginning. And I also need to say hi to Karen. My internet froze when I was doing shoutouts, so hi to Karen as well.
Okay, well, hello to Karen too. We have got some local stories, but Danny's got some sports over there, and I know she's just dying to talk about it. Lucky you, I wish I could do the sports. Go ahead.
Well, it's a different sport that I haven't been very familiar with, and it's horse racing and harness horse racing. So Woodbine just released yesterday that they're partnering with TSN, and they're going to be bringing us horse racing show. It's called Racing Night Live. It's going to debut on June 11th. And what they're going to do is they're just going to be doing 2-hour podcasts and feature different horse racing, harness racing, and all that kind of fun stuff. If you're unsure where Woodbine is, it's up the 427 North, over kind of by Finch area. It's hard to miss. It's right off of the highway. So if anyone's interested in horse racing, you now have a chance to explore and look at that. Back to the desk.
I so thought when she said a sport she didn't know much of, it would have been something like Quidditch or cricket or something like that. But horses?
McMaster.
It's pretty simple. You get on the horse, you race.
I love the horse races.
I'm sure it is technical, yeah.
They have the horse
I'm not
race
saying
channel.
I could do it, I'm just saying.
They have the horse race channel. You can make your bets on television.
There's a horse race channel?
There absolutely is.
Wow.
Horse racing is one of my favorite things. I
used to live near the Gulf Stream in Miami, which is a massive horse racing. They race there almost every day.
Nice. So I think they're beautiful, but I'm not much. I wouldn't ride the horse, but I mean, I love watching them. I love seeing.
I'd be too afraid to fall
banging the
off.
newspapers. Come on with the two. Come on with the two. I just pick them by names. If it's a pretty name, I'll pick them. Anyways, let's go over to some stuff that's happening in the Sioux on June 2nd, which was Monday? Tuesday. Thank you. Tuesday in the corner, Danny. Patrol Services arrested 40-year-old Jarrett Husing for impaired driving after responding to a motor vehicle collision over on Cora Road. I guess he was trying to turn into a home on Woodcroft area, and it hit a parked car. So
it jumped out at him.
The parked car came out of nowhere.
Just came out of nowhere.
Anyways, when police arrived on the scene and spoke with the accused, they realized pretty quickly that, okay, this guy's not sober. So he failed his test, and he's in charge with impaired driving, alcohol or drugs. Does not say. I do believe it was alcohol though. So again, another one. Come on, drinking and driving, guys. Really, is that still? It should not still be a thing.
It should not still be a thing.
I just don't understand it. We've got all the other options out there.
Like, call a cab, walk home, have a friend drive you. Stay where you are, sleep in your car, don't be dumb.
There was another incident on Farewell Terrace not too long ago where someone pulled in, they crashed up into someone's driveway. And there are kids playing in driveways and stuff. So that was another impaired driving charge. There's a lot of counterfeit stuff going on right now, also in the Sioux. So be careful. And again, we did speak yesterday about receiving those phone calls, asking for your personal information. Do not share any information at all. Don't share passwords for video games, kids. Don't do anything, you'll see your parents aren't home. So pay attention. And yeah, so that's what we got for local news. What else? You've got a little bit of we want to talk about COVID-19 and race.
Yes.
Do you want to get into that now, or do you want to tease it for this afternoon? What do you think?
How much time do I got here?
I think we got 2 minutes.
I can do it in 2 minutes.
This is an interesting topic to both you and I.
Yes.
So
this is, other countries have been looking at the COVID-19 data based on race.
Yes.
And also income level. Mm-hmm. We have not. We've just been looking at it as a whole.
Okay.
The only province right now that is Manitoba. All other provinces, so they break it down by income and race and so on.
Okay.
People are getting COVID-19. It also helps to better figure out how do we stop this thing.
Okay, can I interrupt? Is that
Go for it.
Is that the issue with Michigan? Was it Michigan the same way? There were the way that where they were working and what their jobs were doing?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, they found in the U.S. that the black people are the ones most likely to get COVID-19.
Okay, all right.
And that's a combination of income level and also long-term health care. They tend to have less, because it's America,
really?
They have less health care than white people do, for example, because of the jobs they do.
That's
so
terrible.
Income and health care were the two main factors. Now here we have the health care and slightly better income. However, the Ontario government is looking at breaking it down by both income level and race so that public health units can better target the areas that need the most help to prevent COVID-19 and to stop the spread.
Okay.
We've seen the maps in Toronto with the heat maps showing different areas.
Yes.
That's great, but it would also help if you could define that by income level within there and also by race.
Yeah.
Particularly, we know that certain races are actually more susceptible to COVID-19 than others. And just because you live in Rosedale doesn't mean you're a millionaire. You could be living in an apartment because you're a maid there.
Okay.
So we'll talk more about that this afternoon.
Interesting, super
and
interesting.
We'll be back at 1.
We'll see you at 1
Have a good
o'clock.
morning.
Have a good Thursday morning.